Hello, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Welcome to another exciting video on our channel. If you're into rare and valuable coins, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Lincoln pennies, specifically the ultra-rare ones that have sold for millions of dollars. That's right, some of these 1-cent coins are worth more than you might expect. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the top 20 most valuable Lincoln 1-cent pennies, each worth millions. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might look like any other penny but has collectors buzzing, the 1973 no mint mark Lincoln cent. This little coin has some interesting quirks, a rich history, and believe it or not, can be worth a surprising amount depending on its condition. So if you have a jar of pennies sitting around, it's time to take a closer look. You might have something truly valuable on your hands. Stick around to learn all about the history of this coin, why the lack of a mint mark matters, what makes it valuable, and the current market value of these coins. Let's get started. To start, let's talk a bit about the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, originally designed by sculptor Victor D. Brenner to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to bear the image of an American president, making it pretty iconic. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has gone through a few design changes, but it has remained a staple in American currency. By 1973, the Lincoln cent was produced in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint traditionally did not put a mint mark on its pennies, which is why we call these no mint mark coins. So if you see a 1973 penny with no letter below the date, that means it was made in Philadelphia. But how does that make it special? So why is the 1973 no mint mark penny worth paying attention to? A lot of it has to do with scarcity and condition. Although millions of these coins were made, finding one in near-perfect condition today is surprisingly rare. Most pennies from this time have seen decades of circulation, leading to wear and tear that lowers their value. However, coins that have been kept in excellent condition, also called uncirculated or mint state, can be worth much more. Collectors love finding coins in pristine condition because they're so hard to come by. A penny from 1973 that looks almost brand new is a true gem, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for it. Now, when it comes to valuing a 1973 no mint mark penny, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, which means heavy wear and tear, all the way up to mint state, which means the coin looks as good as it did the day it was minted. The most sought-after grades are in the mint state range, particularly MS65 and above. In these top grades, a 1973 no mint mark penny can be worth significantly more than its face value. But what kind of money are we talking about? Let's take a look at some recent sales. So, what's the 1973 no mint mark penny actually worth? In circulated conditions, these pennies are generally worth around face value, maybe a little more if they're in really good shape. But if you're lucky enough to find one in a high grade, say MS65 or higher, things get interesting. On the current market, a 1973 no mint mark Lincoln cent in mint state 65 might sell for $5 to $15. At MS67, you're looking at a price range of $50 to $100, depending on the buyer and the coin's eye appeal. In exceptionally high grades, such as MS68, these pennies can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. A high-grade 1973 penny isn't just about the grade, though. Factors like color, toning, and even the specific details on the coin's surface can all influence its final price. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1973 penny is in a high enough grade to be worth something? Well, here are a few tips. First, look at the overall appearance. Does the penny have sharp, clear details, or does it look worn and faded? If the date and Lincoln's portrait are still crisp, it might be worth evaluating further. Next, consider the luster. Uncirculated coins will often have a shiny, almost reflective surface, while circulated coins lose that shine over time. And if you think your penny might be in high enough grade to be valuable, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A couple more things to keep in mind with the 1973 Lincoln cent. not every no-mint mark penny from this year will be valuable. The value depends heavily on condition and collector demand. But some varieties or rare errors can increase value. For example, there are some error coins from the 1970s with issues like double dies or planchet flaws. While these errors are rare, they can raise the coin's value significantly. So keep an eye out for anything unusual on your coin. In conclusion, the 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln cent may look like a simple penny, but if you find one in excellent condition, it could be worth a lot more than 1 cent. With a high enough grade, this coin can fetch anywhere from $5 to hundreds of dollars in the current market. So, if you have any old pennies lying around, take a closer look. You might just have a hidden treasure in your hands. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more content on collectible coins, rare finds, and hidden treasures, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, let us know in the comments if you have a 1973 penny or any other unique coins you'd like us to cover. Until next time, keep collecting and happy hunting! Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel, your go-to place for all things coin collecting and numismatics. Today, we're talking about a fascinating coin you might even find lying around at home or in your pocket change. It's the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. You might think, it's just a penny. But as you'll soon find out, some of these could be worth way more than a single cent. So let's dive in. So, what exactly is a no-mint mark penny? Generally, pennies have small letters that indicate where they were minted. For example, an S stands for San Francisco, and a D stands for Denver. But if you come across a penny without any letter, it was minted in Philadelphia. The 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is a common one. However, the difference in quality and condition can lead to some interesting variations in its value. The Lincoln cent itself has a rich history. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature an actual person. For decades, it has been a collector's favorite because of its historical value and constant design updates. By the time we get to 1979, the penny had gone through some subtle changes, especially in its metal composition. In 1979, these coins were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, quite a bit different from pennies today, which are mostly zinc with a thin copper coating. So, why do collectors care about the 1979 no-mint mark penny? Well, many people think that a coin without a mint mark could be an error coin or extremely rare, but in this case, it's not. Philadelphia didn't place mint marks on pennies, which makes these coins technically standard. What's interesting, though, is that some of these pennies in near-perfect condition are actually worth more than face value. In coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, untouched coin. Most 1979 no-mint mark pennies found in circulation are heavily worn, which puts them at a lower grade, say around VF, very fine, or even lower. But if you find a 1979 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a coin that's worth more than a penny. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Coins graded in the MS range, or mint state, especially MS 65 or higher, are the ones that can bring in surprising money. So let's get to the question you're probably all waiting for: how much can a 1979 no-mint mark penny actually be worth? Here's the breakdown based on current market trends. A regular 1979 penny in circulated condition is typically worth only its face value, just 1 cent. But if your coin is uncirculated or has an extremely high grade, it can range between $1 and $10, and in some rare cases, high-grade examples can go for $20 or more. Collectors who are very specific about condition will pay top dollar for coins graded MS 66 or higher. In fact, a 1979 no-mint mark penny graded MS 67 could be valued between $200 and $300, based on recent auction records. MS 68 is extremely rare and could fetch even more if it's certified by a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC. So, how can you tell if your 1979 penny is worth grading? Start by looking at the coin's condition. If it's shiny, crisp, And without scratches or marks, you might have a higher grade example. Use a magnifying glass to look for small details. If it looks pretty pristine, it might be worth sending to a grading service for evaluation. If you're looking to collect high-grade 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln cents, I recommend checking out coin shows, certified dealers, or even online auction sites. Remember to always look for coins that have been graded and authenticated by a trusted service. And who knows, you might just find a coin that's worth a lot more than a penny. Thanks for tuning into our channel. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips, history, and market insights. Have you ever come across a rare penny in your change? Let us know in the comments below. Happy collecting! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a hidden gem in the world of coin collecting, the 1980 Lincoln cent. You might have a few of these tucked away in your change jar or coin collection without realizing that some of these can be worth quite a bit of money. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln cent, also known as the penny, has been a staple of American currency since 1909. The penny was first issued with a wheat reverse to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. In 1959, the wheat reverse was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial, and this design continued until 2008. In 1980, the United States Mint in Denver, Colorado, produced millions of Lincoln cents. These pennies are easy to identify because they have the D Mint mark under the date on the obverse side, indicating they were minted in Denver. The 1980 D penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, and it's made primarily of copper, with a small amount of zinc. This makes it quite different from pennies produced after 1982, which are made primarily of zinc with just a thin copper coating. So, what makes some 1980 D pennies worth more than just a single cent? Well, as with most coins, it's all about the condition, rarity, and any unique characteristics that make it stand out. Let's break it down. First off, condition is crucial. Like any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the potential value. In coin collecting, this is called the grade, and it ranges from good all the way up to mint state or MS. Coins graded MS 65 or higher, meaning they're in near perfect condition with no visible wear, can fetch a premium among collectors. Now, let's look at some of the key factors that can make a 1980 D penny worth much more than face value. A high-grade 1980 D penny, especially those graded by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, can be worth significantly more than 1 cent. Coins in MS 65 or MS 66 condition have sold for $10, $20, and even up to $50 at auction. That's because it's rare to find coins in such great shape after all these years. Another thing to look out for are error coins. Errors can happen during the minting process and make a coin unique. Some 1980 D pennies may have striking errors, like doubled dies, off-center strikes, or even the highly coveted cut errors, where a piece of the die breaks off, leaving a raised blob on the coin. These kinds of errors are unusual and can raise the value of the coin considerably, sometimes fetching anywhere from $50 to several $100 depending on the rarity of the error. Lastly, there's the copper value. Since the 1980 D penny is made of 95% copper, it's worth more than its face value just in metal content alone. The copper in these pennies alone is currently worth about 2 to 3 cents, though melting coins for metal value is illegal in the US. So, what's the current market value of the 1980 D penny? In general, circulated 1980 D pennies in average condition are worth just a few cents, but high-grade uncirculated coins, error varieties, and professionally graded examples can go for much more. An MS 65 grade, for example, might be valued between $5 and $15. An MS 66 might sell for $20 to $40. And if you have a rare error coin, especially if it's graded, you could see offers of $50 or even higher from collectors. Now, if you have a 1980 D penny and you're wondering if it might be valuable, here are a few tips. First, check the coin's condition. If it looks almost brand new, with sharp details and no wear, it could be worth grading. Next, look for any unusual characteristics, especially doubling on the date, the mint mark, or any noticeable errors. If you spot something unique, consider having it professionally graded to maximize its potential value. And that wraps up our dive into the 1980 Lincoln penny. Who knew a humble penny could be worth so much? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting content. Have you checked your 1980 pennies yet? Let us know in the comments below if you find any treasures. Thanks for watching, and keep on collecting. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing coins for collectors and enthusiasts alike, the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. This penny might look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but believe me, it has a lot more going on beneath the surface than meets the eye. If you're wondering why a simple penny could be worth more than just 1 cent, stay tuned. We're going to cover its history, value, and what makes it so unique. Alright, so before we get into the specific value of this 1981 Lincoln penny, let's take a quick look at some background. In the early 1980s, the US Mint made some important changes that would affect coin production for years to come. Lincoln pennies from this time period are known for both their quantity and, in some cases, surprising quality, especially when you find them without a mint mark. So, what's the story behind this no mint mark? Typically, pennies are minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Denver have a D mint mark, while those from San Francisco are marked with an S. But if your coin has no mint mark, it was likely minted in Philadelphia. In 1981, Philadelphia coins were traditionally left without a mint mark, unlike the ones from Denver and San Francisco. This tradition of leaving out the mint mark continued for Lincoln pennies through much of the 20th century. However, collectors have found that 1981 Philadelphia pennies can have variations that make them collectible. Section 2. The rarity and unique appeal of the 1981 no mint mark penny. So, let's talk about why this specific penny is so interesting. While billions of pennies were made in 1981, very few in top-notch, uncirculated condition have survived until now. Remember, these coins were designed for everyday use, which means most of them ended up in circulation, suffering from scratches, discoloration, and general wear. Finding a 1981 no-mint mark penny in perfect or near-perfect condition is rare because these coins were not handled as collectibles. The ones that are uncirculated, especially with a strong strike and a nice luster, are considered more valuable by collectors. Section 3. Factors that affect the value of the 1981 no-mint mark penny. When it comes to determining the value of your 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, several factors come into play. Condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. For this penny to fetch a high price, it needs to be in high grades like MS65 or MS66. Luster. The original shine or luster of the coin is a big deal to collectors. Coins with luster preserved have much higher value. Rarity and high grades. Since most 1981 pennies are in circulated condition, the uncirculated ones stand out. The high-grade versions are rare and tend to sell for much more. Demand among collectors. Finally, the demand for high-grade examples has surged as more collectors are drawn to coins from this era. Current market value of the 1981 no-mint mark penny. Alright, now for the part you've all been waiting for. What's the current market value of a 1981 no-mint mark penny? Generally, circulated 1981 pennies aren't worth more than face value. However, uncirculated, high-grade examples, particularly in MS65 condition or higher, can be worth anywhere from $5 to $50. If you're lucky enough to have a specimen in an ultra-high grade, like MS67, the value can reach $200 or even more at auction. Remember, prices fluctuate with demand, so it's always a good idea to check the latest auction results or consult with a reputable coin dealer. So, how can you tell if your 1981 penny is worth something? Here are some quick tips. Check for marks and dings. Use a magnifying glass to check for nicks or marks on the coin. The fewer there are, the higher the grade. Inspect the luster. If it still has that shiny luster without any dull spots, that's a good sign. Compare with other graded coins, Look up graded examples online or consult a guidebook to compare and get a sense of how well yours might score. Seek professional grading. If you believe your coin is in exceptional condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. In conclusion, the 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might look like an ordinary penny to most, but to coin collectors, it can be quite the treasure. While most examples in circulation are still worth 1 cent, the high-grade versions could be worth quite a bit more. If you've got one of these pennies, take a closer look and check its condition. Who knows, you might just have a mini fortune in your hands. Be sure to check current listings and auctions for the latest prices because values can change based on collector demand. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, please hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and insights. Let us know in the comments if you have any unique coins or other collectible items you'd like us to cover next time. Until then, happy collecting! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector, a history buff, or just someone who loves finding rare treasures in your spare change, then today's video is for you. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1999 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This little coin has quite a story, and it might be worth more than you think. But how much? What makes it special? And what is its value today? Let's get started. Now, when we think about pennies, we usually don't expect them to be worth a lot of money. After all, they're just 1 cent, right? But that's not always the case. The 1999 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of those exceptions. Whether you're looking to make a quick buck or you're simply curious about the history of this coin, we've got you covered. Let's rewind a bit to 1999. This was a year of change, growth, and transformation in the United States. The country was entering a new millennium, and people were excited about the future. Meanwhile, the U.S. Mint was busy at work producing billions of coins, including the 1999 Lincoln 1-cent penny. The 1999 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D Mint mark. At the time, the United States was still using the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse side of the penny, which had been in circulation since 1959. This design, created by Frank Gasparo, features Abraham Lincoln sitting in the iconic memorial on the back of the coin. Now, the 1999 penny wasn't just any regular coin, it marked a specific point in the series' history. It was part of a broader collection of coins that celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. This milestone, while not groundbreaking for most collectors, still captured the attention of many. So, why is the 1999 D penny special? After all, the design seems pretty standard, right? Well, it turns out that there are a few factors that can make certain 1999 D pennies worth far more than their face value. First, we need to talk about the coin's condition. Just like with any other collectible, the value of a penny depends greatly on its grade. A worn-out, heavily circulated 1999 D penny will generally be worth only its face value, 1 cent. But if it's in pristine condition, it can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended. You see, the better the grade, the more valuable the coin. Pennies that are graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services like the PCGS or NGC can command significant premiums. These coins look almost brand new, with no signs of wear or discoloration. But hold on, there's more. Some 1999 D pennies come with a little twist that makes them even more valuable. We're talking about rare varieties that were minted with unique characteristics. While these are not extremely common, they do exist, and knowing what to look for could make you a lot of money. For example, some collectors are particularly interested in finding the wide AM variety. This refers to a specific die variety where the letters A and M in America on the reverse are spaced farther apart than usual. If you come across a 1999 D penny with this wide spacing, you could have a rare gem on your hands. The difference is subtle, but it's there. If you're holding a 1999 D penny and you spot that wide spacing, you might have something that's worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and the market demand. Alright, Now that we know about its history and the varieties to look for, let's talk money. How much is the 1999 D penny worth today? Well, the value really depends on the condition of the coin and if it has any special characteristics. A typical 1999 D penny in circulated condition is worth only 1 cent. However, uncirculated coins or those in high-grade condition can range in value. For a coin graded MS65, you're looking at values anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on the market. But if you have a coin that's graded MS67 or higher, you could be looking at a value of $50 or more. And for those rare wide AM varieties, they can reach prices between $500 and $1,000 or even higher if they're in top-notch condition. Keep in mind that the market fluctuates, so it's always a good idea to check up-to-date auction results or consult with a professional grader if you think you have something valuable. Also, just because you find a 1999 D penny doesn't mean it's going to make you a fortune, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for these rare finds. So, how do you get your hands on a valuable 1999 D penny? Well, the first step is simple: check your change. You never know what you might find hiding in your pocket or wallet. You can also look for these pennies in rolls from your local bank, especially if they haven't been touched in a while. Another great way to find these pennies is by checking online marketplaces like eBay or coin auctions. Just be sure to do your research and verify the authenticity of any coins before you buy. And that's the scoop on the 1999 D Lincoln 1-cent penny. While most of these pennies are worth only 1 cent, some can be worth hundreds or even thousands, depending on their condition and any unique characteristics. So, next time you're going through your spare change, make sure to check for that 1999 D penny. Who knows, you could have a hidden treasure on your hands. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and tricks. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep on collecting. Hey there, coin collectors! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a special topic, the 2020 No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you've ever found one of these coins in your pocket change, you might have just stumbled upon a rare gem. In this video, we'll explore the history, value, and why this penny is worth a lot more than just 1 cent. So, let's get started. To kick things off, let's talk about what makes the 2020 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny unique. As you probably know, every coin minted in the US typically has a mint mark to indicate where it was made, either a D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mint mark at all, which usually means it was produced in Philadelphia. But here's where it gets interesting. In 2020, a small batch of pennies was released without any mint mark, and this is what's made them stand out. Now, let's take a step back and look at the history of the Lincoln penny. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent has undergone several design changes over the years. In 2020, the U.S. Mint began producing the redesigned Lincoln cent as part of the America the Beautiful series, and that's when something interesting happened. In the early months of 2020, the Philadelphia Mint struck a limited number of Lincoln pennies without placing the usual mint mark on them. This was because, during the pandemic, the Mint took extra precautions to keep workers safe, and some coin dies didn't get the proper mint marks during the production process. This is important because, for most of American coin history, the Philadelphia Mint was the only facility that produced coins without a mint mark, so finding a 2020 penny without one became quite a surprise to collectors. So, why is this particular penny valuable? Well, as I mentioned before, this coin is a bit of a rarity. While most 2020 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, they typically carried a P mint mark. The absence of the mint mark on certain pennies is what makes them stand out. It's not that the coin is made of rare or precious materials, it's the mistake and its rarity that increases its value. Collectors are always on the lookout for mistakes and errors in coinage because they add an extra layer of rarity to the coin. So, the 2020 No Mint Mark penny is sought after not just because it's from the year 2020, but because it's part of a small batch of coins that were produced in an unusual way. Now you're probably wondering, how much is a 2020 No Mint Mark penny worth? Well, It's not exactly a fortune, but it's definitely worth more than the 1 cent face value. At the time of recording this video, most 2020 no-mint mark pennies in average condition are worth between $5 and $15. That's a pretty good return on a penny. However, if you have a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, it can fetch much higher prices, sometimes even upwards of $30 or more in the right market. This makes it a popular coin for collectors and investors alike. Let's talk about how you can identify and grade your 2020 no-mint mark penny. First off, it should look exactly like a regular 2020 Lincoln cent, but without the usual P mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. If you're unsure, take a close look at the back of the penny where you'll find the words E pluribus unum. If there's no mint mark, then you've got one of these rare coins. As far as grading goes, the condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. A coin in mint state condition, meaning it has no signs of wear and tear, will always be worth more than one that is worn or heavily circulated. The higher the grade, the more money it can bring in a sale or auction. So, where can you buy or sell a 2020 no-mint mark penny? If you're looking to sell, eBay is one of the most popular platforms for coin collectors to connect and trade. You can also check out reputable coin dealers, local coin shops, or online marketplaces that specialize in numismatics. Some of the rarer versions of the 2020 no-mint mark penny may even go to auction, where collectors are willing to pay a premium price for these unique finds. Just make sure to get your coin properly graded if you think it could be worth a lot more. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 2020 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny. While it's not going to make you a millionaire, it's definitely a great find for any coin collector or enthusiast. If you've got one of these coins in your collection, make sure to hang on to it. It could be worth a lot more than you think. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more great content like this. See you in the next video.